guys, what is going on? Blossom's back. Welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Now, if you have been paying attention to the Top Drive socials or Discord or anything of that like, you might have seen this, and this, and this. Look, we've been speculating this for some time now, but I think it's fair to say that it has been confirmed that we got an update coming our way, and it's going to be at least majority American, and I'm excited. I know not everyone is excited about it, and that just opens an entire new topic about if every update should be focused only on one country or continent, but like, I'm excited. I'm freaking excited. The nightmares, they're finally over. ENW, get out of here, okay? So, obviously, there's a new update coming on, and it's American, so obviously I'll be more invested in this update than most of the other updates that we've been getting. I decided, you know what, for today, let's talk about some tips and tricks on what you should do as a player to gear you up for the update coming up, okay? We've got maybe a couple of weeks. I'm not too sure on when the update is actually going to drop, but from what we've seen in the past, usually Hutch, they like to tease us around for a little bit, okay? So what I can say, I can't say for what's going to happen, but I can say what has happened for previous updates for ENW or APGP or whatever. You know, obviously there's gonna be that bombshell post where there's an update coming out and they make us guess what it is. You know, like somewhere down the line, you know, creators will probably get videos to kind of just showcase packs on what the new cars are going to come out. And then after those teasers, there's probably going to be like a live stream. Usually the live stream happens first. So usually like there's a live stream that happens and they show their packs, they show their cars. And then after that, then, you know, the YouTubers will get to also show whatever they have installed. And yeah, that's all really nice and done. And then after the YouTubers show off their cars, then basically what happens is like on their socials, like Hutch will basically show like maybe 3 cars, like 3 cards a day, kind of just leading it up to the update. I would say like, I can't really gauge when the update's gonna come out. Usually by the time I'm able to showcase you cars, if that even happens this time, I don't know if it's gonna happen this time, but usually in the past when I showcase you cars, the update comes out like no more than 2 weeks after that video. So I think, you know, since I've not shown anything, I don't know if I will. The update might come in 2-3 weeks, something like that, maybe even less. We will see. But take this time as grind time, and take this video as tips and tricks on how to gear up for the next update in the most efficient way possible. Now, what makes it special? What makes it especially important to upgrade, not upgrade, but to get ready for a future update? And I think the biggest thing about getting ready for a future update, so I'm gonna use like APGP for example. I'm not gonna use ENW because I hate it. We'll use APGP for examples. When a new update comes out, doesn't really matter if you are a brand new player or if you are an advanced player. It doesn't matter if you've been playing for 2 days or 7 years like myself. Everyone kind of starts from the same stage all over again, where you don't have any cars from the brand new update. And the people that usually I guess reap the rewards the most are the people that tend to invest into whatever the update is. So like, you know, obviously you'll be getting the newest cars first, you'll be upgrading the newest cars first, and obviously if you're opening those packs, then you have the better chance of getting, you know, some of the best cars from the updates before anybody else. That usually translates to the next 3 or 4 Tri-Series / GT Series. I mean, think about it. As recent as last month, we were still using Radicals for the Mazda prize car and the Porsche Mission R. So yeah, that's obviously something to think about. And obviously coming up, it's the next Tri-Series for the Audi R18, and it will focus heavily on Swedish and Australian saloons. And obviously Swedish saloons, they might make it where you might have to use some of the newer Volvos. They're not a lot to choose from though, so that's pretty interesting. But APGP is a relatively new update as well. You could use the Brabhams from that. And obviously you needed those Brabhams and those APGP cars in the Alpha Coloni GT series, which I really wanted to get the Alpha Coloni, but I couldn't because I didn't have that killer legendary instant car, which was, you know, a Brabham or a Mazda 757, any of those. So yeah, that's why it's really important, I would say, to invest in a new update, because it will probably grant you cars that will help you far into the future. Now, here's the thing. I use all these tactics, and I invested heavily for the last American update that we got, which was American Frontier. The problem with American Frontier was I don't think they could have milked American Frontier as hard as they milked like APGP or ENW, because American Frontier had like 3 legendaries, bro, and I have every single one of them already. In terms of the ones that you can unpack, I mean, I got more than every single one because I got 2 of the TAs. So hopefully this one coming up will be a little better, and maybe Hutch could write that update a little bit longer like they did with ENW and even APGP as we see now. So let's talk about some tips and tricks. I know it's a pretty long intro, but I kind of wanted to specify on why it's useful to invest in an upcoming update. So the number one thing that I want to talk about is assess and collect. So when you want to invest into a new update, you need a really good knowledge of your own garage. And the number one thing you need to do is to assess and to collect. What you need to assess is what you have and what fuse material you have. Know those numbers. Another thing that you also need to assess is this thing right here, this magic number, 69. Not 69, but open slots. You gotta know how many open slots you have. It is important that when a new update comes around, that you have open slots ready to go, because think about it this way. You're gonna be getting a lot of new cars, and those new cars are gonna need places to stay. Now, here's the thing in my place. To collect, what I'm doing is, because of the way that I play, I don't like collecting fused material of commons to rares. I like to keep, everything that I have for commons to rares fully upgraded. I don't have any stock commons to rares lying around. So if you have a similar playstyle to my playstyle, then what you want to do now is to start collecting commons, uncommons, and rares. So starting today, all commons, rares, and uncommons that I get from prize brackets, I'm not going to immediately sell anymore. I'm going to be collecting every single one. So since then, I've collected 8 rares, 22 commons, uncommons, and 9 commons. So this kind of puts me in pole position. So when the update comes around and I get a brand new car, I don't need to go looking for fused material to upgrade the brand new car. I'll have it ready to go in my garage. I got a long way to go. Ideally, I would like at least 45 commons, 45 uncommons, and 45 rares. That should allow me to upgrade at least 3 brand new commons, or 6 brand new uncommons, and 3 brand new super rares, if I have that fused material lying around. Now, another thing that you need to remember is that when you're adding all these fused material in, you're gonna be taking up slots, right? But in my opinion, that's not too big of a deal, because the moment the update rolls around, those cars that I've been hoarding, they're gonna get purged out, because they're all gonna be going into upgrades for new cars. But another thing that you could do to make life easier for you is to free up the slots as well, which brings me to my second point to invest into another update. It's to spring clean and to clear. So like I said, stage 1, you have to assess. So we go back to unlocked. Look at my unlocked pile. I feel like, honestly, I have way too many super rare fuse. Even if I get a bunch of brand new ultra rares, I don't necessarily need to save this super rare fuse for those brand new ultra rares, because I'll be doing, pack openings. And when you do pack openings, you'll be getting a bunch more super rares anyway. And not all those super rares are going to be brand new cars. And I could use those super rares to upgrade newer ultra rares as well. So one thing that I'm doing for myself is that I want to increase the fused material count on my rares, uncommons, and commons, but at the same time, I want to decrease my super rare count. I want to bring this down to maybe around 300. So that way, I could actually free up about 130 fuse space, like slot space, which, I could be using for just either open slots or, using it to hold rares, uncommons, and commons, which will also be purged out when the new update comes around. So, spring clean, which means get rid of the super rares, and that's why currently in my garage I am currently upgrading ultra rares. So I'm currently upgrading 2 ultra rares at the same time. Now for me, this is a big deal. Usually I like to upgrade 1 ultra at a time, but obviously now we're going to speed things up a bit. So I'm upgrading 2 ultras at the same time, the Morgan and the Mazda 6. So basically in my eyes, that's minus 30 super rares already. So if I want to get rid of another 130 super rares, I'm going to need to upgrade like 5, 6, 7 more. I can't really do the math. You can do it if you want. 130 divided by 7. But you get my point. And what I do is that I kind of assess the ultras that I have. Now, here's the other thing. When you spring clean out your garage, another thing that I look at are the unlocked ultras that I have. And what I usually do is, as an ultra collector, I would go ultra unlocked uniques. So these are the unique ultras in my garage that I have and not fully upgraded. Obviously, I'm trying to upgrade every single ultra in the game. So currently in my garage, I only have 3 cars which I don't have fully upgraded, which I don't own. So basically, like, everything else that's ultra that I have in my garage, if it's not listed here, I have a variant of it fully upgraded. So the only unique ones that I have are the Volvo XC70, the Morgan Plus 8, and the Roof R56. So these are kind of on the priority list for cars to upgrade, and the reason why I'm doing it now is because when the new update rolls around and those new ultras come into the game, I'm gonna have no space and no time to, and no fuse material to, and no cash to upgrade the cars that came before the update. My entire focus is going to be towards the new cars that are coming in the new update. So now is the time to really grind it out and basically upgrade the ultras that I know I won't be touching in the new update. So things like the Volvo, the Morgan, the Roof, these are cars that I will probably contemplate fully upgrading, and that's why I'm currently upgrading a Morgan already. It's not because I think it's a useful car, it's just that I know that if it's not now, then when? You know what I mean? Some other things that I kind of think that I want to upgrade, get rid of uniques, we're going to go into unlocked, are some pretty useful cars that I might want to upgrade in duplicate numbers. So maybe like a third BMW 420i is on the cards for a car that I want to fully upgrade, a third Peugeot 205 T16. Now that we know that the next update is not, oh god, update and upgrade is going to be something that I'm going to be tripping over in this video, isn't it? Now that we know that the next update is not going to be French, we will know that the French meta is probably going to stay where it is for the most part. So the Peugeot 205 T16 will remain a very useful car in the French Ultra meta because there are not a lot of French Ultras with four-wheel drive and medium ground clearance, and also from the 80s. So like that's another car that I would consider fully upgrading because I think, like, you know, for the long term, that will be a car that will still be pretty useful. Other things that I could probably think about upgrading is gonna be the Dodge Charger Scat Pack wide body army, because I promised myself that I'll be upgrading every single one and I'm not going to be fusing any of them away. I have 12 of them in total. I have 5 fully upgraded and I got 7 just sitting here as like pseudo fuse. It's in the fuse pile, but I'll never fuse them away. So honestly speaking, this is probably the next Ultra that I want to upgrade. I'm slowly chipping it away, you know? Like it used to be 12, then it went to 11, then 10, then 9, then 8, now it's 7. So we'll slowly get there. We will slowly get there. So yeah, just assess your garage. That's why I said that when you move on to a new update, before you move on to a new update, you need to really know your garage. So assess and collect, spring clean and clear. Now moving on to the third thing that I want to talk about. This one's really simple. Invest in the booster. Seriously, now is the time to play clubs. If you do not play clubs often, that's completely fine. But now is the time that you should play clubs. So invest in the booster, get yourself double the amount of cash, and save the hell up, because you want cash lying around to open packs in the new update to get those new cars. Then when you get those new cars, then you have the fuse material and slots, you know, saved up from the previous 2 points that I talked about. Now the fourth point I want to talk about, pretty simple. Be frugal with gold, be frugal with cash, you know, use cash only when you need to, use fuse only when you need to, and use gold only when you need to. Obviously now is the time is when Hutch tries and milk you as hard as possible. That's why they've got a really nice prize car. They even had a really nice, they had the Cologne and now they had the R18. Compare the two prize cars in this month than the previous month with the Porsche and the Mazda. No one cared about those two cars, but these two, like for me personally, I really want the Cologne, and I know a lot of you guys probably want the Audi as well. I mean, look at the voting, right? Like I did the unawarded prize car tier list, and the Audi R18 was listed under Bloodbath. So Hutch is trying as hard as they can for you to milk your resources, your fuse material, your gold, and your cash. And Hutch, they succeeded in this case. I had 11,000 gold that I wanted to save up for the next update, and I spent all of it because I was one car away from getting the Colony, but I didn't get the Colony. So yeah, they passed in that regard. They cleared out my gold savings, but what they didn't do is they didn't clear out my ultra rare savings. So I have the fused material ready to go for brand new cars, and there's no way in hell they're gonna be clearing out my cash savings, right? So that's going to be saved towards the new update as well. So be frugal with your gold, you know, your fused material, whatever it may be. Think about the update coming up, especially if you love American cars. This is especially important for you. And last but not least, the last advice that I can give you to invest and get ready and prepare for an upcoming update is to hoard the fragments. Seriously, hoard the fragments. So where is it? Go into challenge leagues, hoard these, man. Hoard these. So your carbon fiber fragments, if you can, hoard them. I opened all of mine, but if you can try and hoard these. What I am hoarding though are these epic hexagons. So if you can, try and hoard them. As you can see, I can open the pack right here right now for this video if I want to, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna see how many I can get. Ideally, I would like 2 ready to go for the update. Can I get 5 more? That's the question. I'm not too sure. How many flags am I going to need? I'm at Frontier right now. I need 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. So I need a lot. I need a lot of flags. I need basically 70, 70. That's 140. 140 plus 80 is 240. No, that's plus 100. God, my math is absolutely freaking terrible. 220. 220 plus 80 is 300. 300 plus 80 is 380. 380 plus 80 is 460. 460 plus 80 is 540. I need 540 flags, I'm pretty sure, to get another one. So I'm not sure if I can do that. I probably can. As you can see, I'm holding back on the bronze stuff. Usually I go through the bronze stuff like crazy. Another thing that I'm going to try and do before the update is to, if I can't get the other epic pack, what I might do is I might get enough flags to get all the cash, but not open the pack. So basically, like for bronze, like 4, 3, 2, and 1, I will basically just get all the cash but not the pack. So that gets me how many carbon fibers? I get 1 ceramic pack, sorry. Then I get 2 ceramic pack. Then this is a 2 time, that's a 3 time. So I get 7 ceramic packs, which gives me more chances to get brand new cars, you know? So basically every decision I'm making on top drives now is prioritizing what is to come. So that's the advice that I can give you guys as players on how to get ready for an upcoming update. So if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys are excited. I am genuinely excited for what's to come. Obviously, I do understand that some people are not going to be excited. I think some people are going to even like go the extra mile and tell me that they're going to hate the American update. And I feel like I kind of deserve it, because I feel like those people that do that are the people that really enjoyed ENW, and you probably would have had to go through listening to me months and months and months saying that I fucking hate like ENW. So yeah, I kind of get it. So if you're not interested in the American update, I get it. I feel your pain because I felt that pain for the last 3-4 months. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for today. I'm excited. Hope you guys have a great day. I'm gonna stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies. They so fine. Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies. They so fine. Sit back, relax in my Bonneville Pontiac. Hold tight all night, cruise to Jacksonville Atlantic. Blonde hair, don't care.